Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! I don't really have much in mind to actually talk about today, and as always, it's a late episode because even if we had an amazing morning price, I'd still have wanted to wait, so... Rambler to the bone! Making sure to take some time to catch your breath. I talk a lot about pushing yourself, but do that too much and you'll burn out. Just lay down, put on some tunes, and let the stress melt away. I never stop. I can't. I refuse because if I stop, I think. And if I think, I get depressed. So, you know, I mean, I'll take a cute music player, but I gotta always be doing something. When I'm not doing things is when my brain starts being a jerk. So, you know. Oh, hey, Sahara's here. Alright, I am calling you Sahara. Wonder what we will turn into today. We've had a field lab for a while now. So, we're going to be transferring from a field lab to something else. Don't know what that else will be, but something else. I will say, I did successfully complete my my first exercise with I downloaded the app for the why can I not remember her name right now? Oh good lord. Chloe Ting. I think it's her name. I downloaded her app and I've started there. So yeah, I'm gonna see how long I can keep up with that. Man, doing more than just one, like, 15-minute video, a lot harder. This was a 20-minute video, followed by a 10-minute video, with stretching on both sides, so... To my faraway reader, I write you with urgent notice of a new recipe I developed that is simply divine. It would be cruel of me to keep this recipe to myself, so I am sharing. Please bring this recipe to life. Your muse, Eloise. Baked potatoes. I mean, I didn't know how to make baked potatoes apparently, but there we go. Hey Caroline, Cashew, how are you? Speak. Let's chat. Sometimes nighttime can feel lonely, so I'm glad I ran into you. Aww. I mean, it can. We got Flurry here. Whoop. Flurry, talk with me, girl. Steven, how are you, Patterpuff? Let's chat. No fresh air never fails to cheer me up, Patterpuff. It's very fair. Alright, Serrano, we'll talk. Hey, Rambler, you're a sight for these sore eyes. What's the latest? After a walk, I'd like to throw back a nice buttermilk. I've never drank just buttermilk. I've used it in cooking, but I've never drank it. Looking built, Bunny Yip. What's up? Let's chat. Don't forget to cool down after a workout, Colonel. You don't want to overeat. Plus helps build even more muscle. Alright, man. I still can't do a solid snake, but I don't care. I'm having fun with that. For a stroll, Steven? That I am. You're up for a sit, I see. Which is fair. Yeah, I am still feeling the effects of the X. I literally did it over an hour ago, and I'm just like, I'm dying. Dead. There was definitely a few moments that I had to modify or nope out of, but like a reverse plank for 40 seconds. I did about 20. There was no way I'm doing the full 40 seconds. Not right now anyway. Like, that's way too frickin' much. I think it was actually probably closer to like 23, 24 seconds, but because I did the plank, held it for a bit, had to release it, and then did it again, so... I've also learned that there are some poses for, like, stretching that she does that I can't do, and it's not because my body physically can't do it, it's because the internals of my body physically can't do it. So, what I mean by that is, I believe I've made mention in videos before of, I got a pretty banged up right knee. It's definitely not ideal how my right knee is. If I have it bent for any amount of time, I lose circulation to the lower half of my leg. It's one of her stretching poses that you bend and sit on your leg. And it's like, yeah, I need to find a way to modify that so my knee is not bent. Or I could just skip out on that part of the stretch. Like, that's also a possibility. We got Harry Potter colors. We've got a royal shirt. I could Emperor's New Clothes. Oh, you know, Emperor's New Pants. I don't wear denim. Ah, yes. My younger years. I have not worn my fedora really for a long time. I've just been dealing with the sun, and it sucks, but these at least, like, they're the kind of glasses that they'll turn into sunglasses, which is really nice. So, like, I don't really need the hat. Because, like, I don't like normal sunglasses. I just don't. Hey there, Steven. What are you looking for today? Not so fast. If you want to buy something in this store, you gotta go through me. Dude. Like, so it's really nice that these turn in, like, they'll tint from the sun. I did not mean to press R. I hit my table. I'm saying a lot. I should stop doing that. The problem is it's just how I fill dead air. How I fill myself. I suppose I can talk about something, again, that I still find really cool, but also kind of shocking that I've not seen anywhere start doing this. So, I'm sure a lot of people at this point, if you have a Switch, you've heard of, mostly because you can't not hear of it, game sharing. On Super Evening, wow, it's the latest. My sketch for tonight is packed. Got a monster movie on TV, video game to play, music to jam to. All-nighters are okay a couple of nights a week, right? I can't pull an all-nighter, period, so I wouldn't know. I've never been able to. Like, how Nintendo does their game sharing is really cool, because you could just rent games, basically, via it. Hey, Blur, I'm glad I found you, Squeak. See, I've been thinking, maybe I should change up my catchphrase, Squeak. You know, reinvent myself. What do you think? Sure, why not change it? Alright, so she's done squeaking. Newer, better catchphrase. What is taken over? But what about, I mean, she's saying, you know what? We're going Peanut. 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 Did I get it right? Yep, you got it. Peanut. Peanut. I can wait rolls off my tongue. Thank you so much. I feel like I've discovered a whole new side of myself, Peanut. Now she's saying cashew to greet and peanut to catchphrase. As if Caroline couldn't get more adorable. Simon! Hey man, what up? Buying stuff too? Let's talk. I want that, and that, and that. Man, my piggy bank's gonna starve if I keep this up. Okay, so the chair, the drink, and the coffee thing. Got it. I figured it out. This is what Simon's after. Like, I'm actually kind of shocked I've not seen anywhere offering game rentals of Switch games via GameShare. Okay, what are the turnip prices? 97. Alright, so the morning price was probably good, but again, I was gonna save anyway. Like, I was not gonna be selling them in the morning. Like, I'm not gonna jump the gun that quick. You know, fire off my turnips that quick. I'm gonna wait. I suppose the one thing that might be keeping people from doing it is I think if the person you lend a game to does something, like has a modded Switch or cheats or something, I think you yourself can get banned. But like, I imagine if somewhere like GameStop were to start doing game rentals, they could just contact Nintendo and be like, hey, so here are the accounts we're renting from. And then Nintendo would, you know, do something to help them. Yeah, as long as Nintendo gets a cut, but, you know. Sweet, coming along. What you doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Check it out, I'm making a golden meter and pipes. What would that even be? I mean, I get the pipes, but sure, I'll give it a whirl. Definitely, show me. Thought you'd say that. Alright, here's the recipe. Go study it. Let's see how yours comes out. It's nothing like building something with your own hands. Agreed. Very much agreed. A DIY recipe for golden meter and pipes. Now, what the crap is that? So it's plumbing. Just gold plumbing. Okay. Oh, jeez. Ah. Like, I know if some of my friends live closer, I'd probably be offering all the freaking time to let them, like, borrow any of the games I have digitally. Like, I would love for some of my friends to be able to experience, like, Star Ocean. You know? May as well just leave that there and then pick this up. Because, like, we have a physical copy of Star Ocean 2, but I have a digital copy of First Departure Arc, because I don't think there was a physical copy. If there was, it was definitely rare. So, like, I'm also really glad that that apparently did well enough on, the Switch, and the Switch only, that it got Square Enix going, hey, let's remaster the second game. Now what we can do is hope that they completely remake and remaster the third game to make it more like Star Ocean 2. That would be great. I'd probably love the third game then. And then they do that with the fourth game, and then the fifth game. Okay, I've not played enough of the fifth game to really have much of an opinion on it. And the sixth game I also haven't played a huge amount of. I really wish they would have kept their naming convention. But, you know. Because, like, it's, Star Ocean. Star Ocean: The Second Story. Star Ocean: Till the End of Time. Star Ocean: Integrity and Faithlessness? No, that's the fifth one. Hold on. The Last Hope. Then Integrity and Faithlessness. Then, Divine Force. It's like, huh? Like, I get numbers don't usually help with game sales. I get that. It's why a lot of games will be heavily resistant to name themselves 2. You know. Don't want the Manila Clam. I just want to bury my gyroid. And then leave him here cooking for like a week. because I doubt I'm gonna dig it up tomorrow. I'm not even keeping them anymore, because I don't really use gyroids in decoration. I don't think anyone really does. So, like, I don't know. But, like, yeah, like, I get numbers are bad for naming your thing after. Because, in general, like, and I know this may sound dumb if you're a gamer, but it may not sound dumb, and that's the thing. A lot of people, when they see, like, let's say, Star Ocean, the second story, they think, well, I don't want to play that one yet. I haven't played the first one. Where's the first one? And then they can't find the first one, so they're like, okay, I won't play it then. Even though the games are so loosely connected, it does not matter. Like, you want to know really the connection between Star Ocean and Star Ocean, the second story? Because I can tell you, it's not a spoiler. Claude C. Kenny, one of the protagonists of Star Ocean, the second story, is the son of Admiral Ronix J. Kenny, one of the protagonists from the first game. Ronix is technically in the second story. In a grand total of like 2 cutscenes, 3 cutscenes. A couple more if you play Claude's route. He's not important. What's up, Nightshade? Let's talk. Enjoying the evening, Nightshade? Me too. Nights get me hyped. I do enjoy the nighttime. I really wish I had the ability to just be awake at night. It's so much nicer at night, especially in the summer. Like, it's so nice being able to be awake at night, because it's cooler, so, like, you know. But, yeah. Literally, Claude's father could be anybody, and the story would remain more or less the same. The only thing that makes, you know, the fact that Ronix is an admiral important is that basically Claude's under a lot of pressure to do something spectacular like his father did. You could literally still just have Claude's father be an admiral. Ooh, who are you? Rodeo. Hey there, you from this island? You're camping. You camp? Go try it sometime. It's like being inside. Except you're outside, chaps. Kinda like him. Can't have him, but kinda like him. He definitely is pretty eye-catching. So, like, you know, that's where I'm coming at the whole numbering is kind of, like, you shouldn't really care too much about numbering. And, like, an example of that, like, Splatoon 3 to Splatoon 2, to the original Splatoon. Literally, like, let's say just Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3. Because they're both on the Switch. The only real main story connection is with, let me think through here. Because you're a new agent. You're a completely new agent. You meet Agent 3. You're told how awesome they are. They never do anything. But you meet Agent 3, which is the protagonist of the first game. Aside from that, there's really nothing. You can still enjoy the story with knowing nothing. Because the story, well, there are similarities. Like, the game just tells you. You know, Octavio's stealing the Zapfish again. It's like it's like Bowser kidnapping the princess, only it's an octopus stealing a giant fish. Like, you know, it's that same trope, only it's a giant electric fish. There you go. That's all the context you need. You know. But, you know, there are some cases where games being numbered does actually matter, and those instances suck. Especially when it's like a game a console. Because, like, then you not only need to buy a new console every new game in that series, but if you do just pick up one of those games randomly, then you're lost. You know? So, I do understand why people tend to avoid numbered games. And then there's some games that will just completely, you know, mess with you. Like, there is a standalone game that was made more of as a joke, called, I think it's Breath of Death 7. I'm gonna see if I can find it in my Steam library. Yeah, Breath of Death 7. It's the only game in that series. It's just a joke game. It was like $1. I bought it at one point because it was $1. When I was younger, I bought a lot more games just because they were like $1 or 50 cents or something like that. These days, not so much. These days, I don't like buying games if I know I'm not going to play them. Mostly because my Steam library has well over 400 games, and I've not even played half of them. And you might think, oh, well, play some. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't actually really want to play them. They were just cheap. So, now I've got them. And no desire to play them. Or if I did play it, it's only for like a minute before I realize, yeah, I don't actually like this. So, you know, there are some games I have in my Steam library that I want to play and just haven't. A lot of those games tend to be ones I was basically playing for my ex, and now that we're not together, my brain is like, well, I can't play that anymore because I gotta play it for her. And it's like, brain, it's never gonna happen. And my brain is so freaking dumb that, you know, it's like, no, but we gotta. It's like, brain, the word. The word is dumb. Stop being it. Alright, so we still got a sumo ring. Or no, we were a proper sumo ring. Okay. So now, we're a cybernetic sumo ring. Alright. So we don't have an audience anymore, because we don't need an audience. Let's put a music player over here. Because our animals keep getting at me for not having, like, anything practical over here. You can't tell me a music player is not practical. Bam. And then we're gonna play... I really like Welcome Horizons. There we go. Fighting music. I actually, on my old island, had Welcome Horizons playing most of the time, because I just really like the main theme of this game. It's really good. But, like, I do want to get back and play, like, Little King's Story, because it's a lot of fun. I want to get back and play Pixark some more, but I have no one to play it with. And it was another case of, like, well, I was, you know, X. So, you know. Those are just games I still have in, like, my separated categories for games I'm actively wanting or trying to play on Steam. I also have Tales of Zestiria, Star Trek Infinite, Sonic Team Racing, Tiny Combat Arena, Polybridge 2. Who doesn't love building a good bridge, too? Little King's Story, by the way, is a game made by the developers of Chulip, and is just as weird. The brief synopsis of Little King's Story is you basically conquer the world and build a harem. Yes, really. You're literally conquering kingdoms, taking princesses to be your brides. That's Little King's story. It plays like Pikmin. It was on the Wii as well. I'd love an actual, like, physical copy of it, but I own it on Steam. I really wish they would release Chulip onto Steam. Give me a way to buy it, please. Give me a way to buy it that's gonna support the developers. I mean, re-release it physically. Like, release it for the Switch. Come on. Come on, you cowards. Give us Chulip. No one would buy it. That's why they're not gonna do a physical release of the game. No one would buy it. I mean, like, Chulip fans would buy it. There's not that many of us. It's really hard. I can't catch a pufferfish, like, at all. I'm just bad at fishing. Maybe I'm even worse. Can you catch one for me, please? Of course I can. Chill down. I got this. Look, really? Like, so totally dependable. Alright, well, there's our mission. Catching a pufferfish. I just heard a scorpion. This ain't a pufferfish, but I'm gonna catch it anyway. So, like, yeah, like there's so many games that I really want to get to. There's some I need to remove from that list of games that I only had because I played them with my ex. Like Nuclear Throne. Fun game, but like, I've had my fun with it, so like, it's time for it to move out of that category. I feel like there's more to do with Pixark, which is why I still really want to play Pixark. Which, as you might guess from the name... Did I push the wrong button, or was I just that unready? It's like a pixelated version of Ark Survival. It's a lot easier, too. In ways. It's a lot more like RPG combat-y, only, like, no, it's not RPG combat. It's more combat-y with RPG aspects. That's better. Like, think like Minecraft combat, but in depth, and you level, and you have stats, and there's better gear, and like, you can also tame dinosaurs, build bases. Base building feels a lot better in Pixark too. Like, quite honestly, between the two games, Pixark just feels like the better game. It also takes up far less hard drive space, which is pretty cool. I have Land Glacier 1 and 2 that I still want to play, even though it was bought for me by a friend of my ex's. And it's like, I still don't know how to feel about that one. From what some little birds have told me, I don't think those two are friends anymore, so, you know. That's fun. You can only imagine what happened there. Only imagine the amount of drama I would have had to have dealt with if I had still been with my ex at that point. There's also just some games that I have in that list because I've thought about playing them for the channel, but at the same time, hey, a pufferfish. I really don't think they would do well, but I still kind of want to play them. But they're definitely more stream games than video games. Like, well, they're video games, but they're not video games for making videos of. There we go. You want to run into you again? Of course, I caught your pufferfish. There you go, my pink friend. Pufferfish. Pufferfish, you got it for me. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Get you something too. Oh, I don't need anything. School jacket. I have so many of those. Let's go with my test market. I get some of my face printed on them. That would be different. I would gladly take that. Like, one like the games I'm thinking of at the moment, like Heroes of Might and Magic 5, as well as its expansions. It's grand strategy, but not for 4X. I keep calling that 4K. It's 4X. Like, it is grand strategy, but it's not like grand strategy kind of thing. I'm not the biggest fan of 4X style games. And I really enjoy Heroes of Might and Magic 5. It's one of those games that playing it just gives me good nostalgia feel. Because, like, I can remember... And this is some memory I actually still have pretty solid of from when I was younger. I can remember me and my two older brothers, like, huddled around the younger of my two older brothers' computer, and all three of us playing Heroes of Might and Magic. Just like hot seat, because it had hot seat multiplayer. And like, that was so much fun. It also took absolutely forever. And there was no like trying to hide army numbers or base construction because it's hot seat. We can all see what each other is doing. So like, that definitely changed things a lot. And like, where it's a turn-based game, it meant that paying attention to what the other people were doing was so much more important. It got to the point where it started becoming a rule of like, the other two players would leave the room so someone could play their turn. Because like, you really couldn't strategize otherwise. You just kind of had to brute force it. And, like, you'd also be able to, like, you could strategize in a way of seeing, like, oh, hey, that person just lost big doing something. So it'd be a pretty good time to make moves towards them now. You know. Which is where the everyone leaves the room came in. Because, you know, it made it just a little too easy to pick off the player that just did something risky. Where, in like, if we couldn't see, we wouldn't know, so we wouldn't attack. But like, the risky things you can do tend to be quite beneficial. So like, let's imagine you're traveling along, you're playing, say, Haven, the humans, and you find a Haven Sanctuary, a place that will boost the unit growth per week of all of your biggest units, and you can recruit your fourth, I believe it is, maybe fourth or fifth stage unit from. So you get an extra group of recruitment, plus extra recruitment of all your big units, including your final unit, which for humans are angels. That big final unit is really powerful. You really want as many of those as you can get. But these are guarded, and they will be guarded by units of those big types. Usually the final 3-4 unit types. They're hard battles, especially early on. But if you can win early on, you have an extra recruitment of that unit and are getting extra growth now. So as the game goes on, you'll just progressively get further and further ahead than everybody else who doesn't have that. But, say if we're playing Hot Seat, and I see you take this on and you win, congratulations. I just watched you lose half your army to that. I haven't lost half my army, and until now, we've had identical recruitment. My army is now twice as strong as yours. I'm coming for you. Because I know I can win now. So your big risk really just was a big vulnerability. And like, I might still have some challenge getting over to you, but even then, like, I'm probably still gonna be more well off than you will be, especially if we are neighbors and I can tell from watching you, so I can see where you are on the map. You know, it'll be on your turn, I can see that. Flurry, what up, girl? It's possible you'd be willing to buy a lunch service apron? I guess. How much you want for it? I'll buy it for that. There you go. Take your bells, keep the outfit. I'm just glad you ended up with some money, because you clearly needed it for something, so. But, like, you know, it's that kind of thing that really caused the, okay, everybody leave the room kind of thing. I actually kind of wish that, like, it was possible, and it kind of is through, like, Steam Remote Play. I kind of wish it was possible to, like, online hot seat. So, like, only one person would need to own Heroes of Might and Magic 5 to then play hot seat, at least. Because I think that could be really fun to do with a group of friends. Okay, how full is my inventory? Okay, I've still got plenty of room. What other games do I have? Katara Fables. I need to play more of that. The Elder Scrolls Online. Man, that was the first game I bought after the breakup to try and distract myself. Because I'm like, okay, I need something. Like, I need something big with a lot of grinding that I can just sink my teeth into and just, like, lose myself in an MMO. I wish that game was better. It's not bad, but, like, it really suffers from not having instanced gameplay. And even what instances it does have are shared. So, like, let me explain. So, imagine you're walking along, and you encounter a bandit camp. Like, imagine you're just playing Skyrim. You're walking along, you encounter a bandit camp. You start making your sneaky, stealthy approach into that camp. Now I want you to imagine that someone else comes running along with a full non-stealthy melee orc, bonking everyone in the head with a two-handed warhammer, clears out the entire bandit camp as you're even just sneaking in. Now I want you to imagine that you just started playing. You're like level 3. You're wearing leather armor. You got like a wooden bow. Like you're basically you got a hunting bow. Like you're just getting started. And this guy who just came running through that camp is wearing, like, full Dragonbone, wielding, like, a Dragonbone Warhammer. All of it's fully enhanced, like, and they're just mowing down all these bandits. Like, now the bandit camp is clear. And you got to have none of the fun of taking down those bandits. And that person, they're going to hang around for those bandits to respawn because they're there hunting a very particular crafting material or something. So, like, you will never get the proper experience of taking on that camp. Like, that's the Elder Scrolls Online experience. Because it doesn't have instanced gameplay. Which is fine for a standard MMO. Like, going back to my Tales of Pirates days, there was quite a few, like, in-the-field bosses that you would fight, and oftentimes you would need them for a quest, and they'd usually be pretty well camped because bosses drop things. But these bosses were also intended for you to be fought with multiple players, and as you progress more through the game, the bosses become less and less camped anyway. It's only really the early ones that were super camped. And that's mostly because a lot of new players were also there, trying to fight the boss. Like regular little groups of enemies, those are probably clear and fine. Go ham, go beat them up. I have one more thing. I'll just pick up this coral. You know. And hey, maybe one day you'll be that guy sitting there farming that boss and doing what the veteran players tended to do of they would usually wait a good half a second or 2 seconds, you know, half a second to 2 seconds for people to get a hit or two in on the boss before killing it. I've seen a lunch service apron in my dreams over and over. Well, guess I gotta buy it. Can't find it. Oh my gosh, Hun, you're here. Talking to me. You got a lunch service apron. It's just like in my dream. Be so awesome if you could give it to me enough for free. I traded you my judge's bell. You could just have it. Like, you could offer me a bell, and I'd give it to you. No, I mean, like, part of that's because Belle's pretty cute, right? The way she shouts at you to not ding the bell, that's adorable. Like, but yeah, I was not the biggest fan of Elder Scrolls Online. I don't think I've seen Rhonda yet today. It is. Steven, nice to see you here, bois. Let's chat. Nice little. That'd be fun to live in a store like this. Now I wonder if I might not be spending too much time in here. Fair thing to wonder. What am I offering? What am I offering? Fish. Lots of fish. And a piece of coral and a tire. 52,000 bells. Jeez. It's a lot of bells. It's a lot of bells jingling and jangling in my pocket. Shouting at me not to ding the bell. I want to ding that bell so bad. I'm sure nothing bad will happen if I ding the bell. I've got a bell now. Yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, I feel like I should just ramble about games more often. Because I actually had kind of a bit of fun just rambling about games here, but I have also been going for quite a while now. Like, I have a lot of games in my Steam library I could ramble about. Whoop, just kind of dropped the Joy-Cons there. Just like, got Bug Fables, which is like Paper Mario, but with bugs. Cute little bugs. Pretty cute. Pretty awesome. Battle Block Theater I had gotten at one point to play with my ex, and now it's not a thing anymore, so I still want to play it, I just have no one to play it with. Oh, Aura Kingdom. It can still be played, but the game's dead. I think they're shutting it down. Last I heard, they're likely shutting it down. That was such a fun MMO. Blah. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then! And now in this end card, I'd like to ask, if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch!